Okay. It was a good trailer. Like, oh my god. Okay. So it's gonna be a shorter stream today because my partner needs to use the office for a little bit. We might come back later. We might not. We'll see. We are at minimum gonna get through our dailies. I am gonna equip the newer glam because I like it. All right, let's get to dailies because we have limited time today, and the sooner I get the ARR beast tribes, the sooner I can use the other ones to level. And also, I like kind of want to see the conclusion of the story. Like, oh, hang on, we got to pick our mount of the day. We got to pick our mount of the day, chat. You know what? I just got this one recently. So we'll use this one for a bit. I am a little sleepy because I slept in again. My partner's not at the... Oh, wait! I did them late yesterday, so they're not reset. Well... You know what that? Leveling these DPS? Oh my god. Leveling needed DPS. We're level 55, so we should probably go start on the Genus quest. Oh yeah, let me, Sorry, Dreadworm fans. No, not that. Oh, hang on, how are my tombstones? I'll need to dump them after this. Hello, Stepanovian. With our tourney victory, we have indelibly etched the missionist presence in the eyes of the Holy See. And now that my father has relinquished the running of the manufactory to me, 'twould seem our fortunes have at last taken a turn for the better. Father has also formally responded to Lord Tedelgrinch, promising our support in House Smale's next sortie. I am not yet privy to the details of the operation, but I imagine the role Tedelgrinch will choose for us shall be both demanding and dangerous. In his attempt to humiliate the machinists, however, he will only provide us with another stage on which to prove our worth. A victory in the field will garner us greater support from the Holy See, and allow me to apportion funds towards the development of ever more potent weapons. Thus, 'tis vitally important that we see this operation succeed. But an equally important matter must be addressed ere we delve too deeply into such concerns: the celebration of our tourney triumph. We must have Joy and Rostenslal join us for the festivities. Ah, but I believe Joy's services are yet required at the manor. Pray seek out our master of marksmanship first, if you would. party, is it? Bah, I ain't going. All I did during the tourney was watch. How can you say that, Master Rostenthal? With your instruction, we'd never have stood a chance. And now look at us, upstart commoners, defeating the likes of Cetus and Knights. I taught you how to shoot, but that tourney victory was something you managed all on your own. I can see arguing with you ain't getting me nowhere. I'll just drag you back to the workshop instead. But still, we can't begin the festivities without Joy. This time of day, she'll be at her chores in the manor house. Maybe you talk to the Count. He'll let her leave early to attend the celebration. She ain't one to abandon her duties half done, though. It'd be best to approach the Count directly and not give her a chance to object. Aye, the last is awful serious about her work. Wouldn't want her getting over from guilt, now would we? The Count should be home if you don't mind talking to him. I'll be sure the instructor here makes it to the celebration. The upside of starting stream early. Yo! Short stream, so we're doing our dailies. And by doing our dailies, I mean, I guess I did my Beast Tribe quests early yesterday, or late yesterday. So we gotta do our DPS queues. You weren't around during like my DPS leveling yesterday, but Machinist might be. Oh, I didn't actually read the text because I was distracted. Machinist is so far the one DPS I'm actually really enjoying playing. But that might just be because at level 50, most classes don't have buttons, but Machinist actually has buttons at level 50. And I just want to press all of the buttons. Also, new glam. It's very important. Okay. I wish the job quests were voiced. Exactly. It's important. Everyone is present. Yes? Once again, pray allow me to congratulate you all on your tourney performance. Ere you celebrate your victory, however, I have news. What is it, father? 'Twas quite a sudden development, but Joy has wed. Bloody hells. Well, there is a good reason to bring out the grog. Wed? I had heard naught of any engagement. She is gone, then? Aye. Joy's chambers at the manor have already been emptied, and now that she is married, I do not foresee her returning to the manufactory. She left behind her firearm. Wait, what's Joy getting married have got to do with her leaving the workshop? Within the walls of Ishgard, 'tis usually the unwed what serve the manor houses. Many retire from such work upon the day of their marriage, as young Joy has done. Ah, the old sexism. 'Tis all too much. Now that we have at last earned a modicum of recognition, 'tis ill-timed indeed to lose so talented a machinist. 'Twould seem that familial circumstances demanded a swift union be made. But let us not bemoan what is lost. Let us instead raise a toast to the happiness Joy has found. Doesn't sound like happiness to me. You must needs accept that your colleague has moved on and adapt your strategies accordingly. House Zamail will call upon you soon, and I expect to hear great things from this allied operation. A yawning abyss. Oh. Classic Q. It's the DPS queue. You never know. I mean, it was DPS in need today, so hopefully we get a lower level one. I don't know what Machinist gets in its job quests in Heaven's Word, but hopefully nothing ultra important. You gotta say hello to your thing. You gotta always say hello. Hello. Halatali. Oh, is this seasonal event out? I'll probably do it with my partner, unfortunately. I don't think it's a stream thing. Oh, are we single polling Halatali? That's fine. Do I even have, like... I love the seasonal events when they're silly. That's the face of a doctor who prescribes you HRT with no questions asked. Yeah, sure, let's pull everything. I mean, there's Grand Company stuff in here, isn't there? Come on, use your spinny. Tornado. Tornado. Yeah. We'll let him figure it out. We'll let him figure it out. Yeah, I've been doing the seasonal events with my partner. She's making her way through it really, really, really slowly. I think she just passed Stone Vigil. I'll pull this for her though. Simply. Oh, I don't even have do I even have I have no gauges. Oh, I have no gauge. Yeah, it's the one with the dragons where like the ice sprites also hit like absurdly hard for no reason. It's one where you might have watched your tank swipe and be like, wow, I guess my tank is under geared. But actually it's just that if your tank only has a Realm Reborn gear, um for whatever reason a Realm Reborn gear has really low whatever the stat is that it boosts magic defense that you don't have to think about past your Realm Reborn. Oh yeah, they changed this, didn't they? I don't think I've done Halatali since they changed it. What do I even spend to reassemble on? Didn't they make the last boss, like, more actually have mechanics? I don't generally like what they're doing with the Realm Reborn dungeons. Um, but I do think some of them have been improved. I wish they would let tanks figure out how to position bosses instead of having them run back to the center for every mechanic. And I say that as a tank player, like, just let me put the boss in the corner. Like, eh. I get to need everything because glamour is unrestricted. We gotta go through the thing. They did change it. It's really sad. I don't know why it's not on duty support. Like, I don't get why they changed it. Like, it's not a duty support dungeon. Oh, you got it. Mina's out? Oh my god, chat, am I doing a Mina stream? Oh my god, I've been waiting for that game. Um, oh my god, it looks like the Game Boy Color Zeldas. I've been waiting for that game so much. Isn't it by the Shovel Knight developers? God, I've been excited for that game for like 2 years. I could stream it. haven't fully decided. Yeah, it looks so good, doesn't it? Yeah, no, I've been waiting for that game to come out for a while. Ugh. Kill them. Kill them, Emma. I'm still not logged in on my OBS. Yeah, it's the Shovel Knight devs. They finally put out something that isn't just Shovel Knight again. Which, like, I'm not complaining. Like, people talk about, like, Shovel Knight being overrated a lot, I think. But, like, Shovel Knight's a really good game. Like, it is just a really good game. Like, 11 KCLP on Xbox? Mina stream? In the future? I don't know if I'll stream it. We'll see. We'll see if I stream it. Oh, they got me. I was distracted. Our tank doesn't understand what's happening. That's okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stream it because, like, I haven't fully decided if I like streaming games that I haven't experienced yet. But I guess that would be a good moment to try. I'm gonna have a strict no spoilers rule, though. If I do stream it. Like, strict no spoilers. Don't give me advice. Because I feel like if I had gotten, like, spoiled on some of the puzzles in, Tunic, I would have enjoyed the game less. God, Tunic is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, oh my god, what an experience that was. I had my notebook out, I was taking notes. I haven't had that experience with the game in so long. Like, glam? Glam? Yeah, I mean, you were talking about wanting to play Pokemon Fire Red this weekend, right? This weekend's gonna be funny. It's gonna be me sitting on the couch grinding my crafters while we watch Pokemon regionals. Hey, sure, let's fight the Pit Beast. The little Pit Beastie. Yeah, let's take all the treasure. Oh, whoa. But what about the dog gym? The fire gym is the dog gym in that game. Is there a cutscene here? There is a cutscene. Yeah. Nope. I missed. Oh, okay, we're good. I slapped the air instead of sitting. Ah, I'm a little congested today. Oh, this is the one they changed, right? This is a real mechanic now? Oh. Is that an actual enrage, or does it just do a lot of damage? I haven't played it yet. I don't usually... I feel like it's really easy to, like, reactionarily make opinions on games that, like, based on, like, the vibes of what people have seen. I haven't played it, so I won't make an opinion on it until I played it. I will play it. I'm curious about it, because, like, you can tell that, like, the devs have been a little burned out on making Pokemon games. Oh, it's in August? Oh, then I have no opinion on a game that's not out yet. I'm looking forward to it. Because, like, you can really tell the devs are kind of burned out on making Pokemon. And, like, who can blame them? Like, they've been making the same games for 40 years. Like, I have to say, from what the little bit I played while it was on Game Pass, not Game Pass, the other thing, um, there was a demo at some point of, was it Little Town Hero? That game seemed really fun. I know people were like hyper critical of it for some reason, but I feel like that's just like content creators. I say that as a content creator. Yay, level 56. Do I have this? I don't have this. Come on, let me have the... Let me have it. Let me have it. No! Okay, cutscene again. I should have started the queue for main scenario, actually. I'm not gonna reread all the text. A yawning abyss has opened in our ranks. How could you leave us without so much as a final farewell? Familial circumstances. Has something ill befallen her dad, I wonder? Celeste, you are acquainted with Joy's father? Aye, we oft hunted together. He was the one what suggested I try me hand here at the workshop. Told me his daughter had found herself a decent job with a fine employer. Then mayhap he can also tell you whither his daughter has gone. I would fain convince both the wife and her new husband to accept positions at the manufactory. I will speak with him, me lord. I don't much fancy talking to the field without Joy and her, uncanny aim at me side. Even should Joy refuse my overture, however, we cannot simply abandon our obligation house to mail. Rosenstall, you must drill your students without quarter. I'll push them as hard as you like, boss, as long as I'm fairly compensated. The celebrations shall have to wait, Supreme. Unless we can persuade Joy to return, the burdens of battle must be divided betwixt those of us who remain. But surely she will come back to us. Surely. Who's Shirley? Alright. Once again, I'm gonna say the thing. Y'all live like this? Hang on, hang on. I am gonna be capped on... Yeah, I can end up overcap. Can I? 150 plus 350, that's 500? Yeah, no, I can overcap on Poetics here. We're gonna go burn them. For Heaven's Word Relics. Where are my numbers at? 3 on the shells. I always forget what they're under. Nope, not yet. I'm gonna get back to that next week. I need the stream to keep me sane on that that grind. I have, however, we got 100 Carpenter and 97 Armor last night. Yeah. I enjoy surprises sometimes. Oh yeah, I was gonna Chocobo Saddlebag. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was just like clicking a macro like every minute while I watched a video. I like watching documentaries while I just grind my stuff. While I just grind my stuff. While I work on my crafter. DPS in need for trial? Is nobody awake yet? Is it just like that kind of Friday? I guess I'm on the NA server, right? I'm switching a little. The problem is all of the healer mains have jobs. There you are, Supreme. 'Twould seem that 'tis not only Joy, but her father as well who is vanished from the city. Thosteau is out asking questions, but there are few answers to be had. Rather than sit here on our hands whilst we wait for a revelation, however, I would prefer we begin preparations for our engagement alongside Host Zamael. The Zamaels have been struggling to restore the township of Falcon's Nest, an enterprise that has been interrupted time and again by marauding Dravanians. The signs and the steady trickle of scouting reports suggest that the dragons are massing for a significant assault on the settlement. Its fortifications are not yet complete, and it will be the aim of the Allied operation to defend these half-finished structures from the ravages of the Horde. I expect House Hyanart shall be positioned on the front lines of this conflict. Should we fight well, the dragons will be routed. Should we fight poorly, our reputation will suffer. Also, people will die? Like, come on, buddy. From Lord Tailgrinch's perspective, either result is a victory. For the future of machinistry, however, we cannot afford to fail. Thus, have I focused my energies towards designing an attachment that will improve our chances of success. Now, the problem, which I was hoping you might help me solve, is the acquisition of suitable components. The swiftest way to create new technology is by repurposing the old. To that end, I would have you infiltrate Castrum Sentry and salvage a goodly number of War Machina parts. The Garleans there may take a dim view of your efforts to, liberate their supplies. Wait, I'm number 1 in the list? Is that how DPSs enjoy the game? Like, they wake up in the morning on their day off, and that's when they queue? So they, like, actually get their queues to pop? Is that the secret of DPSs? Is it because I was playing late at night a lot? And, like, trying to, like, play it, like, level my DPSs that it felt like hell? Did I just have to wake up at, like, noon? Wait, does that mean that the DPSs are the ones with jobs? I think... No. I don't think they could. I think they would be unable to prevent themselves from monetizing it in predatory ways. Oh, here we go! Castor Meridianum. I don't think it's possible. I mean, depends on what you consider a good MMO, though. Like, there we go. Like, I prefer an MMO to have, like, most of the stuff as, like, accessible within the game, and I like subscription-based MMOs. But I know those are, like, very much the exception these days. Oh wait, I have this at this level. Oh, he has the voice. He has the voice. I think the problem with Riot making an MMO is an MMO is a long-term thing you need to support. Riot is incapable of supporting games long-term. I would even argue, like, they haven't really supported League of Legends properly long-term. Like, League of Legends is a graveyard of ideas that they've just given up on. Like, League is on life support. And I say that as someone who played a lot of League of Legends. League of Legends is on life support. Oh, I just am getting hit, apparently. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I played a lot of it with an ex-boyfriend. A long time ago. Basically in another life. But I'm forgetting to press my buttons. I love that voice. Yeah, like, League used to have a, like, I don't know how well you know League of Legends, but it used to have a mode called Dominion, which was like a point capture mode. That was what I played mostly. And like, rather than just leave it on life support, they literally removed it from the game. Like, they could have just left it on life support for a while. But they deleted it. Like, they killed off a community around their own game that was, like, content with the, like, we were all content with the fact that, like, yeah, no, we're not gonna ever get, like, support again, but, like, they're just letting us exist over here, right? There was a MOBA I played a while back with the same ex-boyfriend that had, like, a single-player campaign mode. It was very anime, but it had, like, a single-player campaign mode, and that was, like, really fun, and I liked it a lot. I can never remember what it was called. It was, like, futuristic mech sort of inspired thing. I liked it a lot. I'm more of like a co-op gamer these days, though. I mean, Valve doesn't make games, so it's hard to be a fan of them. I liked Portal. I liked Portal 2. Counter-Strike gave me nightmares as a kid. Not Counter-Strike, the other one. Half-Life gave me nightmares as a kid, which, like, is positive. I like games. I like games that scare me. But, like, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of their work beyond Portal. And, like, If they made more games, I could maybe be a fan of their work, but like they don't make games anymore. Now, if they make a Portal 3, like I'm pre-ordering it. Like, unless it looks like it's gonna be like a mess. But even then, maybe. Like, I don't need much from a Portal 3. Like, new puzzles, new chambers, and then I'm happy. But I don't think they want to make Portal 3. And I don't really blame them. Deadlock is a hero shooter, but it's like closer. Like, the the distance between hero shooter and MOBA is not really that great, love. Like, they do fill a similar void. I'm not moving. These aren't real. You can't make me move. Look, the tank knows. The tank understands. I'm not moving. So I guess I just sit here. It's a first-person MOBA, isn't it? Like, Smite? Smite was a good game. I liked Smite. Whatever happened to Smite? I know they were, like, fucking over their, like, they were fucking over, their competitive scene. That was the thing with Smite that I last heard about. Actually enjoyed Smite a lot. Yeah, like, they expected to make a fighting game and have it be as successful as League of Legends, and I'm just like, that is, delusional at best. Like, I don't wanna spend my thing here, though. I mean, Dissidia. Dissidia is really, really, really good. Unfortunately, they turned it into a mobile series as they're wont to, as Square tends to do. It's an arena fighter, but it's really, really, really good. The one that's the most recent one that's not a mobile game suffered a lot from being on a console nobody owned. Well, it's not that nobody owned it. It's like Sony wanted it dead, which is so tragic. But like Dissidia is a really good game. And like they do crossovers in other fighting games, which I think works well enough. I think Arena Fighter does the Final Fantasy brand much better. Like it lets you just be flashier and over the top a lot more than you can in like a traditional fighting game. I mean, unless you go like Anime Fighter, but like Does Reaper not, like, have AoEs at this level? Is that what's going on here? I don't know Reaper, like, at all. I literally unlocked it and I haven't touched it. Oh, here we go. Unvoiced cutscene. I go piss right now. But I won't because I don't trust that I would make it back in time. Coffee good. Yeah, I love Dissidia. The 3v3 one is some of the most fun I've ever had in a game. I actually really, really, really love this theme. Like, I'm actually, like, really glad that, like, they made the Ridditon fight a real fight, because now I associate this with the Ridditon duty. Like, Shield Bro got to be... Shield Bro... Like, what a turn of fate. Shield Bro is now the fight that's hard. Could be. Well, you cannot have him! Healthy relationship they've got. Okay. We're on a DPS, I have to remember, I have to actually move out of some of the AoEs. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost forgot, chat. No, probably not. I like Dark Knight. Dark Knight is my favorite tank class. It's Machinist, yeah. They did not give Dark Knight a gun. That's a... What's it called? That happens in the DC version of the Final Fantasy universe. Oh look, it's mechanics. You're mine. That is in patch 9.5. Just give Dark Knight a gun. I mean, to be fair, Gunbreaker is a sick class I wish I played more. As I make it through the A Realm Reborn content, like, I will play it more. I'm working on relics in A Realm Reborn, so... Dark Knight a coconut gun. Respecting the AoEs. These aren't real. Look at that. That did a hot 340. Oh, but I had a shield. Pew. I still find it funny that the lowest DPS class in the game is the one with an actual fucking gun. Like, that's so funny. Like, that's such a funny thing. I wanted to slap her. Cozy. Alright, now just the Alliance Roulette, which is still healers. Healers, you gotta wake up. Time to drag people into World of Darkness. I wonder how, like, because Americans have, like, hella gun culture. Like, I wonder, like, how their preferences in what guns they use in the game, like, differs from, like, me, who, guns are something that I have gone hunting with, but that's about it. Bro, I did not mean to shoot you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misclicked. Misclick is a defense for murder in MMOs. Man, I'm so sad about what happened to RuneScape. Because the misclick is a viable defense came from me when I used to stream RuneScape. Personal tier list? If you link a tier list maker, we can do it real fast. Like if there's a tier list maker out of it, like short stream. I mean, my partner has a thing to do at 3, and she needs the office for. That's about it. That's why it's a short stream. So we have a couple of hours left. I'm out of fun. No! No. Okay. Oh, but I might have links disabled. I mean, I can find a tier list maker of expansions. Expansion tier list maker. New Windows Store, new thing. What am I looking for? Window capture. Does it include a Realm Reborn? Yes, it does. Okay, I found one. Okay, I found one. We'll do it. It will take us like a few minutes at most. But I will, like, elaborate a little. Soup Dungeon! A few minutes, says every content creator. Especially me, I can't... Like, I think that you can't shut up to content creator... Dawn Trail, actually. You might be surprised about my thoughts on Dawn Trail. My issues with Dawn Trail are, different from most other people's, because I think Wook Lamont is actually a really good character. Now, she had some voicing issues early on, but my understanding is that's because of, like, technical issues. Like, they had a lot of weird voicing issues with getting Dawn Trail out the door. Which is why, like, Grahatia is a little scuffed. There's a couple of, like, weird unvoiced cutscenes. I'll try not to spoil much, because I know you haven't done Endwalker or Dawn Trail. I won't spoil too much about them. But, like, I guess spoilers, like, there's characters that you know and love in them, like... My opinion on Dawn Trail has also changed now that we have the Evercold reveal. And we're gonna do 2 tier lists, I think. The replay tier list and the first time tier list. Cause, like, I did, like, a little speed run of 14, and I say little, but, like, it's, like, 40 hours. And, like, oh my god. A Realm Reborn is a lot worse on the replay. Let's say that. But then Stormblood with hindsight is, like, way better. Once you understand what Stormblood is actually setting up. But Stormblood was a slog to get through the first time. But it was so worth getting through. What? That's rude. I didn't even know he had a knockback. But yeah, we'll get to it. It's Tier List Friday. Dun 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 dun. I don't think I've talked about it, but I was so anxious about doing my first Alliance raid. I literally grinded Tombstone gear by doing duty support, Porta Decumana, because I was so anxious. Great rotation. Mechanical execution. Like, I grinded duty support Porta Decumana, and then it's like fucking this. Like, well, it was like, I was worried. Oh, shit. Like. Also, like, it takes an extra 30 seconds. It's not gonna kill us unless someone is, like, literally on min-eye level. Which, like, you get above min-eye level just by doing the story, right? I like midnight level. I just actually I want to take my partner through through some of the heavens, through some of the ARR level cap dungeons on midnight level because I think it will make her a much better player. Because she gets overwhelmed a lot. It's consistent. Do we just do no damage? Okay. There's a beholder. Also, they're fun. Like I love the ARR level cap dungeons. Wanderer's Palace, Brave Lock's Heart, Stasha Heart, even. Like they're good dungeons. Those won't be done on stream, obviously. Also, I fixed my grenade. I hope you enjoy that I fixed my grenade. It's now at the bottom and in a line. I finally fixed it. He's not just sitting there taking up half the screen anymore. Oh, I never like press my button to make people faster. Which alliance am I on? C. I'm gonna drop my Spiply. Oops. It aggro's from so far away. I'm gonna drop my Spiply. We do it for people. No, people aren't on the pad. Okay, we have people on the pad. Okay. I will also say I love Final Fantasy 3. We can do a Final Fantasy tier list as well if we wanna. Like, I don't mind doing some tier lists. Oh, I'm gonna not bring to the boss. Oh, hang on. Am I shoot? No, I'm not shooty. I'm not shooty at all. Does this still build my meter? No. Bum, 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 bum. Also, I hope we enjoy that I added an FAQ for the stream. Am I allowed to? No, I'm not allowed to shooty. Should roll? Because I can wear this on anything? Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. I'm so slow. Save me. I'm not the slowest, so. This is the alliance raid that always like ends before I thought it was going to. I was like, wasn't there an extra boss here? And no. This in Labyrinth of the Ancients, I'm always like, wasn't there another boss here? Geez, I'm standing over here. Ah! The soup. I mean. Oh dang, bro didn't get swole at all. Alright, Mr. Thanatos. Also, I totally said this in Labyrinth of the Ancients. Like, there's a full mechanic here where, like, you turn off the floors that nobody ever does. Oh, everyone's getting cleaved. Good old Phlegethon. Also, I totally have the tier list ready as soon as we get out of here. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yep, yep. Man, I love having so many buttons to press at level 50. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I so wasn't paying attention. It looks like I wasn't the only one not paying attention. I was also all in on the greed. You gotta greed. You gotta greed sometimes, right? Whatever. Da-na-na, da-na. Greed! Greed! We did it. We greeted. We did it, chat. Okay. Our expansion tier list. So, where to start? A Realm Reborn. People are like super critical of A Realm Reborn. And like it's a slog. So here's our first tier list. This is my first time playing tier list. And my first time playing, I didn't read a lot of the early story and it felt like a slog. But I actually really started to enjoy the world building like around Ifrit. It was like, oh, I kind of like that. Like, there's a lot here. I started doing more job quests. I started going around doing a bunch of stuff. I think it's a solid overall expansion for the first playthrough. Like, it really sets the world. It makes it feel like the world's really alive. There's a lot to do. Like, all of the job quests interlinked to the world. I especially love that, like, the crafter job quests, like, build up, like, the interconnectedness of the city states. I think it's really good overall. The MSQ itself can feel like a bit of a slog, but I think it has to happen. Like, it's the first expansion of the game. It has to set the story. It has to set the world building. And A Realm Reborn is there to be like, no, we're serious about building a world. I've played so many MMOs in the past where it's just like, you realize in like the first hour, like, I shouldn't bother reading these quests. Like, there's no coherent world building here. Like, this is just excuse plot to get you to the combat content. On Realm Reborn, there's so little combat content compared to how long it is. And it really makes you appreciate that, like, they're putting so much effort. And I say this as someone who's played a lot of MMOs. Like, they're putting work into the world building. And I think if you like to read, you'll like A Realm Reborn. I think that but we'll put it in B tier, and there's a good reason for that. So now, Heavensward. I have in the past been heavily critical of Heavensward. I mean, we'll wait to talk about Heavensward when I talk about Dawn Trail. Shall we? Because I think they're heavily interlinked. Stormblood has pacing issues out the ass. Stormblood, oh my god, like, they have you, like, going back and forth. It feels like A Realm Reborn, but, like, it's set up, but, like, you don't really get what it's setting up for. Xenos is, like, bizarrely powerful, but, like, felt kind of disconnected a little bit. It's like, it feels like they're going a little overly ham on the Empire at times, but oh my god, the fight design. And, like, Stormblood feels a little disconnected at times, but by the time you get to the patch content, because I'm including the patch content in this ratings, everything starts to actually fit together. But while you're playing the main expansion content of Stormblood, it feels like such a slog. And it's not until the patch content, I think, where everything starts to actually come together. The combat content in Stormblood, though, is some of the best in the game, and I actually really like what they do with Fordola as a character. And, like, they fix Raban's character. We'll get back to Raban, because, like, Raban's story is handled really badly, I think. So yeah, Stormblood, I think on first playthrough was rough, but with hindsight is really good. So I'll actually place it above A Realm Reborn, because The Realm Reborn's combat content is bad, outside of, like, its level cap dungeons. There's... The mechanics are avoid the bad and hit stuff till it dies. Stormblood actually starts to get really creative, and, like, the fights actually feel like really cool fights. And, like, who doesn't remember seeing Ravana, right? Like Ravana the first time? It really sets the pace. Shadowbringers. S tier. Shadowbringers is an expansion where if you skipped everything, Shadowbringers goes down here. If you skip the MSQ, Shadowbringers goes down here because everything would feel disjointed and disconnected. Shadowbringers is the first of the payoff expansions, and there's 2 payoff expansions here. Oh my fucking god. Like, you see Alphino finally properly come into his own. You see Thancred get a fucking clue after he's been lost since A Realm Reborn. Like, he's just been, like, absolutely lost trying to figure stuff out since A Realm Reborn. And he finally comes into his own. All of the stuff with Grahatia. All of it. Oh my god. They made Grahatia go from a character I couldn't even remember who he was to husband material. Like, oh my god, I love him. Emmett Selk, the Elidibus stuff, the build up into Endwalker, everything about Shadowbringers is just like, so you know how we made you sit down and spend 100 hours reading? Yeah, so now all of it's gonna pay off all at once. Everything that you've been reading for the past 100 hours, we're gonna start giving you the actual payoff for it. We're gonna, like, throw in little details. And, like, if you were paying attention, so much is gonna make sense. If you weren't paying attention, well, we added New Game Plus and Endwalker, so go back and read it all. But yeah, no, like Shadowbringers is where everything starts to pay off, and if you've been actually reading the story, you're gonna get super happy. Now, before we get to Endwalker, I'm gonna talk about both Heaven's Ward and Dawn Trail. No real spoilers for Dawn Trail, but I will talk about Wook Lamotte's character a little bit and some of the disjointedness. So, Dawn Trail gets announced, and it's we're going to Tural, and I'm excited, being someone who lives in South America. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great, and it was great. The first half of the expansion is heavily focused on like the building out this area, but then it feels a bit like they lose interest. And I'm not gonna get into the later story because I know that you haven't played it yet, and I don't want to spoil too much. But it feels like they lose interest with building out their South America area, and then there are little bits of like North America when you go up to the upper parts of it, like are super rushed, and I have issues with it. I love Wook Lamotte's character though. I love the idea that like, because yeah, you've seen that we're Ozm, and Ozm's whole job was inspiring other people to take up the sword to become heroes. And I like that Dawn Trail is, even if it's the writing's a little rough at times, it's just inspiring Wook Lamott to take up the sword to become a hero. It's as inspiring other characters, which I won't get into, to become heroes, because that's what Ozm did. So I'm gonna put Dawn Trail. Also, Dawn Trail's combat content is among the best in the entire game. So I'm gonna put it in A tier because it's not as good as Shadowbringers story-wise, but the combat content is the best in the entire game, I think. And now we'll get to Heaven's Ward, which I think suffers from similar pacing issues, where they're building out Ishgard, but then we keep going back to deal with Raban, and it's like, we get it, Raban exists, and like there's this whole thing that we set up, and it feels like they're trying to shove it under the rug. Like this whole thing that they built up with A Realm Reborn, with Raban, like it feels like they're trying to just like finish this story thread as fast as possible. Now, it's because they're setting up for Stormblood, but I feel it's just a little rushed, and it really breaks up the pacing of Heavensward in a bad way. While we're supposed to be fucking criminals, and they're just like, no, don't worry about it. No, they didn't. They kept it quiet, right? They kept it quiet. So, like, I think it breaks up the pacing of Heavensward in a bad way. But when Heavensward is good, Heavensward is good. Alphino gets his character growth. Estinian is an incredible character. Isael made me cry a lot. Oh my god. And everything with Reisvelgar and Nidhogg is just like so tragic. And the post-patch content is really, 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 really good as well. And it set like this precedent of just like, we're gonna have essentially an epilogue to finish off the story, which I think works really well. So, but Heavensward's combat content is bad. There's not much interesting going on, and I'm not rating things based on extreme trials, to be clear. I'm just going off of normal difficulty, where most people will do. So, I'm actually going to place Heavensward below Stormblood. Because I think the combat content in Heavensward really holds it back. Yeah, it's just the combat content. You can't ignore the quality of the combat content in Heavensward. It's not good. Like, there's good ideas, but they're executed badly. Like, Bismarck is the one I always think of. Bismarck is the one I always think of. It's just like, Bismarck is not a good fight. It's a good idea, but they never, ever go back there. The Alexander raids, though, are really cool. But it's just, the combat content brings it. Story-wise, I would put it above Stormblood. But it does have similar pacing issues as Stormblood, and I think that's a thing just overall for Final Fantasy XIV, is they're trying to tell too many stories within expansions. I am going to say very little on Endwalker, because you're just about to go into Endwalker. But, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Actually, I'm not one to super hype things up. as a conclusion to the story. Oh my fucking god. I don't want to give any spoilers at all. But it doesn't go the way I expected it to at all. But it still makes me emotional to think about, honestly. Like, they did such a good job. It's combat content. Boss design suffers a little bit, but... And this is doubling down on Shadowbringers dungeon design, where it's like you get 2 packs and then a wall, 2 packs and then a wall, 2 packs and then a wall. That's going to be in Dawn Trail too. Sorry for the disappointment. Like, the dungeon design suffers a little bit. Hopefully Evercold? Hopefully Evercold. But yeah. So this is how I'm going to put it right now. Okay, let's be more honest. Let's be a little more honest. Like, it's not that much above Shadowbringers. But Shadowbringers into Endwalker feels like one continuous line. I'll say that. Like, it feels like a continuous line. That, like, ARR, Heaven's Word, Stormblood feel like, okay, we concluded our story, now let's move on. This feels like a continuous line from Shadowbringers through to Endwalker. Also, Endwalker's patch content is really good, but you won't understand why it's really good till you get through Dawn Trail. How's that sound? Actually, Dawn Trail's patch content might push it up. Yeah, I guess this is my tier list. Like, is this a controversial tier list? Like we have AR Arthur's Stormblood, which is like great, good world building, but like they haven't quite come into their own. And then Shadowbringers onwards, it really feels like they're coming into their own as storytelling. And like Dawn Trail had to be worse than Shadowbringers and Endwalker because like it's the start of a new arc, right? It's the ARR to the Godless Realm saga. But the combat design is getting way better. Way, 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 way better. I mean, people get mad because that's just what, like, does well for content. I struggle to get mad over stuff sometimes. Like, it's not really in my nature. Like, if the I have had it told to me that like the most critical I can be of something, like the deepest criticism that people have told me of stuff is when I'm excited for a game and I start talking about it, and then they just never hear me speak about it again. And I've been told that that is the absolute most scathing criticism from me is when I stop talking about something. Like, you never hear me talk about it again. Yeah, honestly, I could see that. I have to criticize it for its combat content. Like, but the combat content is because they did the stat squish and they never fully rebalanced things. And I don't remember AR when I played it way back. So, anyways, I'm gonna go for a quick break. I just need to pee mostly. Um, I guess we're gonna do job quests and maybe start Atmas if I have time. But we got a couple hours yet. Alright. I'll be right back, chat. That's not what I wanted to turn off. That is the game, not my... Not only did I piss, I refilled my coffee. People was like, "Do you wash your hands when you go? Like, you're so fast." But it's like, you gotta remember, I speedrun 30 hours games. You get efficient at properly using the washroom and like getting clean and such when like you have to time it to cutscenes. Okay, headphones on. Let's just go back to Optimus, honestly. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, what's our Atlas situation? We're doing Crab, I think, right? Yeah, Crab is Western Lenosha. Oh, we never finished Ram, did we? Yeah, we never finished Upper Lenosha because there were too many people up there. So let's go do Upper Lenosha real fast. Because we are one away from that, right? Yeah, we're one away from Upper Lenosha. Did I actually turn off the... Yeah. I didn't turn me on, though. I'm so sorry, chat. Looks like there's nobody here. Let's go. We're gonna go do the snails. Then we have two boss fates. Where are they? Scrimbly Mans? Where? Urajneet. Also, I didn't even have to summon Jedward. It'd be really funny to get it on the first one. And by really funny, I mean I'm hoping. Wait, you didn't die? Why not? Sir, would you like to perish? Is that it? Yeah. No, we didn't get on the first one. Unlucky. Dun 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 dun. We don't move. We're a tank. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. That's the last water bearer. It's time for crab now, chat. We are past the halfway point. We're at 99999. 5 nines, and then we have 9 assorted other ones. So we're past the halfway point. Or we're literally at the halfway point. Oh, it's just the guy. It's just the guy. I just have to kill the guy. Nobody else matters but the guy. Which means we should finish next week, which means it's book step time. Moo the Puller. Bro pulls all of Stone Vigil in one go. All of Stone Vigil. Also, it looks like my dailies reset for these tribes. Oh, there's a crab. We're gonna pivot then, because my dailies reset. And these are actually really important. Okay. Dailies. We love dailies. We'll have an additional daily for a while, like for a few months. Once all of my crafters hit 100. Because then I can just make a bunch of the same items and not have to think about it. The enemy is still about. Perish. Whoop. Meow, 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 meow. But look, what is the thingy that you can do? Oh, that's cute. One thing I'm curious about is like I know it's something that they've wanted people to do, like they've wanted Square to do for a while, is separating crit rate and crit damage. But I'm always wary of that because there was an MMO I played for a while called Eden Eternal. Um, it had the massive issue of crit damage was an uncapped stat. And there was a class called Illusionist in it, which had a spell, which its gimmick was it did low damage, but it hit 3 times and all 3 hits would always crit. And so you just stacked crit damage on that class, plus like magic damage, which you get for free as you would expect, basically. Like you don't on your magic class, you don't really have to like go out of your way for magic damage. Um, you would just stack it, and they would hit the damage cap 3 times in a row in PvP. Like, and you did have to go out of your way for like that was a game that used like an elemental defense system. So like you did have to go out of your way to defend against it. Literally was game breaking. Crit in that game was like the thing. Healers stacked crit because it affected their heals. Tanks were basically irrelevant because the primary healer class in that game was cleric, and they got shields. That was like their thing, which was supposed to make them weaker than the other healer classes. Oh, I do actually have to kill them, but as a result, they got access to the block stat, which literally blocked all damage. And they could stack up to 50%, just like a tank could. So your tanks in that game were the cleric healer. And as an obligate tank player in most games I play, not really. Like pretty enforced the Trinity. Warrior was a bad class at one point. Like, Warrior was really bad when ARR came out. And healers are incredibly overpowered, but they're squishy. So they haven't really made something game-breaking to that level. There was the limit break thing a while back where there's a video somewhere when Ultimate Coil of Bahamut came out. Unending Coil, whatever it's called. Where it was like people going for the record number of possible limit breaks in a single fight because limit break generation was extremely broken when Stormblood came out. Extreme, and I believe the record was they got off like 57 limit breaks. Something ridiculous. Like, it was absolutely obscene. But I wouldn't say it broke the game. And, like, they had to do, like, to get that many limit breaks, like, they had to do some very specific things. Like, make sure that people were low, use tank limit break when people were low, use healer limit break because limit breaks could generate limit break gauge for some reason. Like, there was a lot of silliness to it. Where when taken to its extreme, you could, like, really break the game. In terms of making the game worse, though, there was one thing. 14 used to have talent points, and realistically, you would just dump them all into your main damaging stat. But there's one exception to that. Because it was class side, not job side. And there is one class in the game that has 2 jobs. And if you don't know, healers don't actually use int for their damage, they use mind for their damage. I believe. So if you want, you could not switch between Scholar and Summoner because you had to use like an item that cost a lot of Grand Company seals to switch your talent points. And for everything else, it was just you dumped them into your highest, like you dumped them into your damage stat without exception. Strength, int, or mind, depending on your class. Without exception. Unless you were Arcanist, whereas you had to have a stack of books on your end if you wanted to play healer sometimes. There was also Pictomancer on launch of Dawntrail, where Pictomancer was incredibly overtuned. Like, I think the first ultimate was basically like 4, like it was like multiple Pictomancers. Because like, yeah, you lose limit break, like you get penalized limit break wise for using multiple of a single class, but even that wasn't enough. Which one is it? They do. We got a new healer class in Endwalker, and we're getting a new tank in Evercold. The main thing is, in terms of their internal stuff, like, less people play tanks and healers, so they need a wider diversity of DPSs than they need tanks and healers. And in terms of their internal stuff, it was mentioned that, like, healers for them are just, like, they're ranged classes. Tanks are just melees. So they try to keep those even. And I mean, In terms of edgy healer, I don't know. I don't know about edgy, but I like Sage's story a lot. The story for Sage is really good. Like, Sages are the least magical for healers. Because, like, you know those, like, lasers? Like, how they have the gun lasers? Do you know the lore behind the gun lasers? Because they're not lasers. It just... The lore is healing stones and, like, stuff like that. Like, they're just, like... You know how, like... what's it called? Acupuncture is the word I'm looking for? And other treatments like that? That's where they come from. And, like, they are literally doctors, like non-magical doctors originally, that infuse their knowledge of medicine with magic. So they literally turn acupuncture stuff into magical gun lasers. Like, and yeah, no, it is actually really sick. Sage is a cool class, actually. It's like, what if the acupuncture was a gun laser? Because you know, we have magic too, right? So let's also do that. And it's like it's a law. Like to become a sage, you have to swear the Hippocratic Oath. It's really cool, I think. Like you know how you have like the I don't know, one of the crafters is are you ready to suffer? Sort of things. For sage, you're swearing the Hippocratic Oath. It's really cool because they're just doctors. So like it's not edgy per se. I mean, unless you've had enough bad doctors that are just like, you know, really, really deeply interested in my reproductive health before prescribing me medicine. Um, I've been sterile since I was born, to be clear. um, I mean, I think most people are sterile when they're born. A healing necromant. I mean, white mage. The flip side of white mages are necromancers. Every necromancer you've seen in the game is a white mage. Or is from the void, or is it like void related? But like, oh, white mage quests are like all about how like white magic is actually extremely dangerous. Scholar is just Scholar is ancient strategists from a dead empire. Um, and Astrologian is cute. But I say that as like someone who has raised Wiccan is like the star stuff appeals to me. The Astrologian quests do have a lot of, like, subterfuge going on, though. I don't know what I'm actually supposed to do here. Oh, the big shrapnel, I see. What do you mean event cancelled? I also love that, like, Dark Knight is, like, kind of, like, the opposite of edgy for tanks. Like... So I don't know if you know the Dark Knight lore. Because I love the Dark... as you can tell, the obligate Dark Knight player loves the Dark Knight lore. It's my 1 level 100 combat class. Because the Dark Knight lore is really good. I would say they're some of the best job quests in the game, honestly. It's not quite that. The Dark Knight lore is they use the power of emotions, but that's not just their rage. And the tenet of the Dark Knight is the strong will always rule the weak. Always. So the Dark Knights, but the Dark Knights will stand against them. So long as someone can stand between the strong and the weak, you can avert that. And they're called Dark Knights because they stand in opposition to the Church. And the Church's injustices. And because they fight with emotion, all support, like, what's it called? This Shadow Wall is... That's not Shadow Wall. Shadow Wall is defending with the power of love. Like, your shield abilities are love. Oblation. It's called Oblation, which is just actually a word. Dark Missionary. Like, you defend people with your love and care, and you turn your rage and... Like, do you want the spoiler for the first set of Dark Knight quests of who Frey actually is? Because that can put it in perspective. Frey is you. Frey is the Warrior of Light's resentment towards everyone around them. The secret held desire of just leaving people to their devices to fall on their own. Because why? Why didn't you prepare yourself? Why'd you go into this area unprepared and get fucking kidnapped and captured? Like, why'd you just let this all happen to yourself? Frey is the embodiment of your own resentment. Yeah, no, it's good. You should play it. Like, it's so good. Yeah. It's really good. It's edgy, quote unquote, but it's like, it's such a good message. And the final Dark Knight quest is you accepting Frey. It's you accepting that this is the way you feel. And being compassionate to yourself. Being compassionate to your own feelings of resentment. Like, yes, this is how we feel. But that doesn't mean we should give in to it. It's so good! And then, of course, 50 through... And then you have the 60 through 80 quests, which are, like, also really, really, really good. Like, that's just 50 to 60 as well. Like, that is the first 5 quests of it. Yeah, no, it's I love it so much. I didn't finish one of the quests. Yeah, no, it's really good. Considering that like Dark Knight has been in like two other games and it's always just like edgy, like uses dark swords, etc., etc. Like there's very little Dark Knight lore. Final Fantasy IV doesn't really have a lot going on with it besides the fact that like, oh yeah, you redeem yourself by becoming a paladin and like he's vaguely like he's doing crimes. And Final Fantasy III, I don't think it has any Dark Knight lore at all. Like it's just a class in the game. You know, I love the Dark Knight quest line. Like the Dark Knight quest line is what like made me start working on other like class quest lines. And some of the other class quest lines are also really good. But not everyone can be I am a fucking soldier that uses my emotions to fight people. And to I am the shield that stands in front of the weak, that stands between the strong and the weak. It's why they use a gigantic sword. The gigantic sword is to intimidate people. They don't use a shield because the shield is the symbol of the Ishgardian houses. So they specifically don't use a shield because all of the Ishgardian houses in the church have their emblems on shields. And so by not using a shield, they're not beholden to any house. And they use a gigantic sword as an intimidation tactic. And because it's likely to like you break armor with a extremely heavy like they used gigantic claymores to crush and break armor historically. That's why they use them because it crushes and breaks armor. It crushes and destroys shields. There's so much like they thought about it so hard. Like that's what I love about this game's storytelling. Like they think the details through so well when they do. It just comes together so well. Oh my god, this game. Okay, I sorry, I got really excited because I love the quests in this game. What time are we at? I still have an hour. You know, Dark Knight is sick. Time for Sharknado. My voice is kind of strained this week. Also, I just realized my 30% is in the wrong spot. Very scuffed rotation, I'm just kind of vibing. Hey, Crabma. Where's this friendly man? His name is Yar. Mr. Yar, would you like to perish like all the rest? Crab? There, now we can see how many we have at all times. Hello? Very rude to stun me. Oh, it is just specific ones. But oh, sorry, sir. Would you like a fell cleave? It looks like yes, he did. He said yes. All right, sir. Mr. Sharknado. Is there a Mrs. Sharknado? Oh no, they silenced me. We love a guy who just gets felt cleaved for no reason. Oh, this is the annoying one. Some of these really like to hide behind walls. Oh, they de-aggroed. No! Look at him! What are you doing there? Get through here. Bro can shoot through walls. Get boneless fell cleaved. So true, buddy. So true. Oh, you're not dead. Anyone? Anyone? Hello? Anyone out there? Maybe that is just the last guy. No, there's one more somewhere here. This fate is awful. I'm just gonna not do this one, I think. Hello? 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 Where's the one guy left to kill? What do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor? Throw them in the water. Da, 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 da. Where is it? Holy shit! Oh, there's a guy. There's just a guy. I forgot there's just a guy. Thank you, sir. You freed me from this prison that is, your house. And we got a crab for it. Sirs, would you like to perish so that I don't have to see your face anymore? That's a mean thing to say to someone. Oh, my Spiffly died. You also have to die. I like to die so I don't have to see you anymore. That's mean. That's like people in their 90s beef. Like, could you please already die so that I don't have to see you here anymore? I do in fact have to level sync. 90s beef. I hope to have 90s beef. I'm supposed to be dead like several times over because I have like severe health problems. So like I hope I'll have 90s beef because that means I live to my 90s. The fact that I have survived past 30 is unreal. Oh, that's rough. Yeah. Mine are just like, we could get into the big long list, but we'd be here a while. I have a bad heart, I have POTS, I have, a million and one things. But I also am still here, which is great, because, it took me till my 30s to meet, like, people I'm actually happy around. But I did. Yeah. Even if currently we're kind of living in a world that, hates queer people, and is trying real, I mean, more so than the past decade, it feels like. Trying really hard to kill us all, but Yep. And now it's the boss over there. This is the last time we'll see that boss, because I think it spawns after that other phase. No, there's somebody here. Somebody else is doing the baits here. Oops. Good rotation. Great rotation. We have silenced the polar. One of these should respawn shortly. Get donked. Maybe this doesn't respawn as fast as I thought it did. The flares aren't working. Where is he? He's late. Hello, sir. Oh, you're also a tank. They might just be doing, like, they might be on content. Because that's the, That's the Ironworks shield. No Crabma. We are Crabmaless. What's our time at? 40 minutes left. Bonk. Don't stun me, that's rude. I'm probably gonna kill stream after this, honestly. I don't like having the ticking timer of my partner being in the office. We might come back a little bit later. So yeah, quick stream today. I might go for a walk, honestly. I'm a little sleepy. Have a good whatever day. Yeah. Maybe back later, but if not, we'll be on Monday.